Hi, I'm Eric at Ups and Downs Miniature Zebu Ranch in Citra, Florida, and this is Florida Natural Farming. I'm going to talk about morphic resonance, quantum entanglement, quantum biology, because I discovered that basically farm systems operate on a quantum biological basis. So basically, quantum theory is this behavior of particles and how their environment influences them is what changes behavior in biological systems. So how, say, nutrients react in biology to quantum electromagnetic disturbance, which is basically light energy or color energy from, say, the green leaf of a tree. When you view a green leaf of a tree, it sends off green light, which is energy that the tree can't absorb. Green energy, green light energy, that is a wavelength that humans can see, and that's why we see the color green. And the energy of the light is the quantum electromagnetic energy when it interacts with us. And I believe that morphic resonance is a real thing, and it can be explained by quantum entanglement, by cellular division, and quantum electromagnetic theories. So light energy from the green color of the leaf can be picked up on video. So these videos that I show the forest can actually have health benefits to people that view them. And one of the health benefits of the color green is a pain reducer, or it cuts down inflammation. Just all this stuff is so fascinating. It's hard to believe that my journey with starting to grow a tropical fruit tree has led me to my understanding of nature and natural farm systems. And they're all interconnected. Our exposome, so what we're exposed to in our environment, will dictate our outcome on a biological level. So if we're drinking clean water, we're breathing clean air, we're exposed to electromagnetic fields from positive energy like trees or other people, then probably the behavior of the components that make up our biology is influenced in a communally beneficial way. That seems to be what biological systems want, is to all work in unison. So all biology is made up of eukaryotes. Eukaryotes are single-celled organisms that contain our mitochondria. And eukaryotes can split in a process called mitosis. So when they split, they create two identical sisters that can function as one. And that functioning as one, so one can feel the pain of the other, is called quantum entanglement. And And it has characteristics, or I don't know, it's very similar to what Rupert Sheldrake calls morphic resonance. So the ability that all of us have a field that is invisible and is not physical, that is energy, a magnetic field, that electromagnetic field that say you're looking at somebody across the room and all of a sudden they turn around and look directly at you. That explains that electromagnetic field. The quantum electromagnetic field, I believe, they say it is not, is the quantum morphic field, or the morphic field. Same thing. This psycho bull of mine. I weaned my heifer, and Pepsi's daughter, you think at 11 months she would be okay, but let me get away from him. He's been like getting out. We have to finish the fences. Brian has been in he's chasing birds. Brian's been in Vero Beach for a week. Morphic fields, morphic resonance can be created through thoughts, because thoughts are electromagnetic fields, generate electromagnetic fields. And they've also done studies on twins, which are separated, or I forget the name of the term for the twin that is when the egg separates. So they're two identical twins. Can when separated long distance, can feel the pain of the other twin. That's morphic resonance, according to Rupert Sheldrake. So basically ESP type situation. But it seems like it has its origins in quantum entanglement. And it seems like two identical particles, or grouped together particles in the case of twins, can have the exact same experience simultaneously, even over a great distance of space. So eukaryotes can divide. So all of our cells can divide. So they're all sister cells. So they all can function identical to each other. There's my little peanut. It's possible they can. But other things in biology, microorganisms, soil microorganisms, divide also. So fungi divides and bacteria divides and create sister cells. And photosynthesis and leaves has an instantaneous effect on the nucleus of the cell as soon as the light hits the outside of the leaves. Probably because of the eukaryotes are all the cells that make up the tree of the eukaryotes are all divided cells of the same original cell. So they're all identical. And so because of that, being an identical biological substance that works as one, works as two sisters that work as one, the photosynthesis happens because of quantum entanglement theory. I don't know, it's so confusing, but it does tie into our food and our environment we're exposed to, and the types of pollutants that we expose ourselves and our food to can dictate whether or not your biology can function correctly. In other words, if your mitochondria gets damaged by the pollutants you use, chances of it being able to process information, electromagnetic information, is severely impacted and probably quite impossible. But if you're in a system with less pollutants, and if your mitochondria has been replicating, the cells have been, eukaryotes that contain the mitochondria replicate, and they replicate enough that are just healthy cells with undamaged mitochondria, chances of your intuition and the intuition of your plant to function correctly, to handle abiotic, biotic stress, or human-caused stress, in our case, or negative energy that passes through the room towards you for whatever reason, can be enhanced due to the exposure of the biological being, the host that's generating the electromagnetic field, the morphic resonance field. Morphic resonance, I guess, is just information. It's the information contained in the electromagnetic fields that we can generate and trees and biology can generate. This stuff has been going through my head, and it helps me process information if I read a bunch of stuff and then think about it for a while and then talk about it and then watch the video, and it seems to project me onto a path that has furthered my understanding of what's going on. And I believe that's due to the electromagnetic fields that I've surrounded myself around and that I'm attracted to. So atoms can be moved by electromagnetic fields. And that's why when people send thoughts across the room, when they're staring at somebody intensely, and the person senses it and turns around and looks directly at you, because they are sensing the pressure, probably from the atoms ever so slightly, probably because their gut health is extremely healthy, and not severely, is healthy, and their neuronal activity is working at its optimal capabilities. So where it ties into food is all these self-dividing cells and self-dividing eukaryotes and self-dividing biology. Turns out soil microbiology divides, so they split. And bacteria splits, and fungi split, and I believe this is why bacteria can work in unison, and bacteria, meaning they can work all together and function in the same way as one system, probably because they are all sister cells or sister biology. They want to work together to form higher organisms for the betterment of everyone. When they don't work together, it's usually because of the biology has been polluted from, in the case of fungi and bacteria, fungicides, antiseptics, and glyphosate. Our gut health is influenced by soil microbial health. So the microbes in the soil wind up in the plant. We consume them. The microbes wind up in us. So we can have a connection to our system that heightens our awareness almost instantly in cases, probably due to quantum entanglement, because the microorganism in the soil could be a microorganism in you. And if your biology builds up enough of the same replicate particle microbe, soil microbe, then certainly there would be some intuition that could happen because of what's happening in the environment around you with the help of the electromagnetic field. Electromagnetic energy. I don't know. It's like a science fiction book. It's just, I don't know if this is going to make sense to people, but I'm trying to make sense of it myself and figure out what's going on. And fungi, I guess, is very important for communication, and they can have instantaneous communication, but fungi also divide. So fungi can divide and send those replicate cells or replicate spores throughout great distances that wind up in I see my seeds must have got distributed by the rain, that wind up long distances. And so this has to be a way that fungi can alert trees of predators long distance. I don't know, all this microbiology and growing food is interconnected, and it just shows that everything, including the air and the water and what we surround ourselves by, can affect the outcome of our health. And it has to start with the soil, since that's probably the way that the microbes that are human beneficial to our gut enter us through our food, because they wind up in the plant. But when you're not growing biologically and you're growing using chemicals, chances of having diversity of microbes that will be human beneficial to our gut microbe are severely impacted. A lot of people just rely on minerals for, they think that adding rock dust and minerals is going to fix their issues with their plants. Well-known regenerative farmers do that, and they think that that's how you get nutrient-dense food. But you get nutrient-dense food through the microorganisms, the healthy microorganisms that do not have impacted, pollution in their water that binds them together, because that's what binds them together. It's the source of information. I always used to think it was the soil that held the information, but I'm positive it's the water that holds the information and binds everything together and conducts the electromagnetic circuitry. It certainly is what enables fungi to communicate and transfer nutrients and stuff instantaneously through the membrane, because we're all water. All these plants and everything, it's all water. We're like tuning forks for our environment. That's my vegetable garden. It's looking sad, but you know, it's okay considering it's never been watered and it's growing in a what most people would consider an impossible place to grow. Basically a desert here in Florida, riding arena, 2 inches of sand. They've been spraying a Roundup or some other weed killer around here. But I mean, obviously nothing grows here. So they had to have been spraying stuff for years. I just don't understand what it is, the whole pollution game, to kill off biology when you want to replicate biology and build it up and have a healthy electromagnetic field around you so it forms correctly. Because electrogenesis, morphogenesis, that's it, is influenced by the electromagnetic field. If it moves atoms, it pushes atoms together, and then they have chemical reactions with the help of chemical reactants like water or drying out. And then if the mitochondria is healthy in all these organisms, then they form healthy, strong, long-lived superstructures like trees. I believe this place was sending an SOS signal out into the universe, which when I saw the pictures of it, somehow awakened in me a sense to its urgency. They were like dumping, using lots of weed killer, and there's lots of plastics here, and they were compacting the soil. Any number of those experiences in the system can cause it to malfunction, and it would be a shame to lose such a beautiful old forest, old growth forest like this. So I don't know, I think I could sense that urgency and saw its potential, and that's why I'm here. I truly feel that. I'm gonna be going down to Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm because mango season is getting quite close. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a thousands of mangoes plus this year down there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm thinking maybe we might pick the mangoes and bring them up here and sell them locally out of the garage, out of the barn, because we can hold them in cold storage in our barn there, so that they don't ripen right away. But we can just have people pick them up here. We're going to sell them. We have to sell fruit. We have a federal tax ID number, but they're all being grown at the most lifestyle beneficial or biology way to grow that I could possibly think of. Closed loop system, focused on biology, and not given any water which contain pollutants. So the only chance that pollutants could enter the system is through the air, and since we are so close to the ocean, not near any big cities, chances of the air being clean there are higher than probably other areas. And it does make a difference. And all that biology works together to be communally beneficial. And I think that's what people fail to see is when they're using pollutants to grow food, is you're not being communally beneficial. You are being a antagonist to the biological system that creates our exposome, so our surroundings. And just for the sake of profit, instantaneous profit from artificially inflating food production for a temporary gain, because the long-term gain on the soil is limited to the amount of resources that you've destroyed in the soil. So that's what's going on with our citrus now, because they've been using in Florida, because they've been using all these biological antagonists that basically kill life, and their mitochondria is so severely damaged that they don't have the ability to live beyond 15 years, where these citrus trees should be living to be 75 years or longer. And their soils can't sustain life, and they act like they need to water citrus in Florida for like 40 gallons a day, or a lot of gallons a day, year round, and then feed them all these chemicals. And anybody that knows Florida knows that the only good, clean citrus is the citrus that has been untouched by us. So the citrus that different food forest people grow, like my friend Drew on Facebook, and I'm trying to think of his YouTube channel name. I can't think of it. Sorry, Drew. Harvest. And so why is it that trees that are growing in nature that are untouched by us of citrus don't have greening issues, but trees that are grown in our monocrop with pollutants have issues? Because the mitochondria of that tree is damaged completely. That's why. And they just keep doing the same stuff. And there's one sure way to cause systems death, and that is by continuously using a system that has proven to be a failure and shortened life expectancies of quantum biology in citrus. Anyway, yeah, it's looking good here. It's been warm. It's been nice. I got to go get my little baby. It's my little cat boy, Snickers. I have to go give my little baby calves some attention. Send them good thoughts. Try to get them to be good. Since thoughts are information, and they are carried. I know my little zebus like to hang out with me and have me scratch them and kiss on them, and they're quite exciting, and they seem to be able to balance your energy field, and they're amazing. They're just amazing. That's what we're doing, the miniature zebu. Anyway, these clementines are so delicious. I've been eating all of them. I'm going to try to plant a whole forest of the seeds from these, but I need to get on that. Anyway, I'm Eric, and this is Ups and Downs Zebu Ranch in Citra, Florida, and that was my video on quantum entanglement and morphic resonance. Morphic resonance is just information, probably the information in an electromagnetic field that you send through thoughts, or that trees project, or any biological system has. So trees project electromagnetic fields from the color green, the light. Green is a light that is sending information to us about the system. And that's why just watching a video of this beautiful forest can have profound health effects on us. It's so amazing, all this stuff that's unknown, but becoming known. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. I always enjoy hearing from you. Have an excellent day.